What's up, my fellow anglers and friends? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fishing forecast for a specific day that holds both challenges and exciting opportunities. December 7th, 2025. I know many of you are already thinking about hanging up your rods for the winter, but believe me, this day could be absolutely special, especially if you know where to cast your line. We've got a mix of waning moon energy and a cold snap settling in over the northern states, which means we'll need some specific tactics to put fish in the boat. Stay tuned, because I'm going to share some insider tips that will help you defy the cold and reel in some incredible catches. All right, let's talk tactics for some of our favorite finned friends, focusing on the conditions we expect in the Great Lakes region and similar northern waters. First up, let's target the walleye. These toothy predators are a prime target in cold water. You'll want to look for them holding in deeper holes, typically around 20 to 35 feet, especially near rocky bottoms, submerged humps, or structural breaks where baitfish might be congregating. Why there? The consistent cold weather and dropping water temperatures are pushing them to seek out the more stable, slightly warmer thermoclines in deeper water. For tackle, a medium-heavy jigging rod with a sensitive tip is key. Spoons, especially those with some glow, or minnow-tipped jigs worked slowly along the bottom will be your best bet. Remember, a slow retrieve is crucial. They aren't going to chase down a fast meal when their metabolism is running low. Focus your efforts during the low light periods, early morning, late afternoon, and even into the evening. Next, we have the yellow perch. These panfish are fantastic winter targets and can provide some consistent action. They tend to congregate in deeper holes, often 10 to 25 feet, near submerged brush piles, old timber, or bridge pilings in lakes and reservoirs. They're seeking those stable water temperatures and cover. A light action panfish rod with a small bobber or a spider rigging setup works wonders. As for bait, nothing beats a small jig tipped with a live minnow or a tiny soft plastic grub in white or chartreuse. The retrieve should be almost imperceptible, just enough to give the bait a slight quiver. Patience is your best friend when chasing perch in the cold. For those who prefer a feisty fight, let's talk about northern pike. These aggressive predators remain active even in the coldest waters. Look for them in areas where there might still be some green weeds, if accessible, or along the edges of deeper channels where they can ambush prey. They'll also be found near drop-offs and structural elements. Heavy spinning or bait-casting gear with a steel leader is essential. Large minnows, particularly shiners, under a tip-up or fished on a quick-strike rig, are very effective. Artificial lures like large, lipless crankbaits or swimbaits in natural patterns, retrieved slowly, can also entice a strike. Pike are often found in water shallower than 10 feet, especially if there's cover, but can also be deeper depending on bait presence. Now let's break down the conditions for this 7th of December. Weather. Across the northern USA, especially in the Great Lakes region, we're looking at a continuation of a consistently cold week. Daytime air temperatures will likely hover in the low to mid-20s Fahrenheit, which is around -6 to -3 degrees Celsius, with overnight lows dipping into the teens, potentially below -10 degrees Celsius. Expect brisk winds, perhaps up to 10 to 12 miles per hour, making it feel even colder. We'll likely see frequent light snow showers pretty much all week. This intense cold is the dominant factor. It's going to slow everything down. Stable cold weather can be good, but this level of frigid air will make fish lethargic. Water temperature. In the main lakes, the water temperature will be around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 4 to 5 degrees Celsius. In shallower tributaries, it's going to be even colder, likely in the high 30s Fahrenheit. At these temperatures, a fish's metabolism is at a crawl. They aren't going to be aggressively chasing down a meal. They need to conserve energy, which is why those slow, deep pools and stable main lake areas are key. Water temperatures below 35 degrees Fahrenheit tend to significantly reduce fish activity. Moon phase. On December 7th, 2025, the moon will be in a waning gibbous phase with an illumination of around 85 to 95%. This is 2 to 3 days after the full moon. Many seasoned anglers, myself included, believe that the days immediately following a full moon can still bring increased fish activity, particularly during dawn and dusk, due to the stronger lunar pull influencing tides and stimulating feeding. However, as the week of cold weather catches up, this positive lunar influence may be tempered. General fish activity. Overall, fish activity on this 7th day of December will be transitioning from the peak of the full moon influence to a more challenging cold water bite. In the colder northern regions, fish will be a bit more lethargic, moving slower and often holding in deeper waters. They'll conserve energy, making precise, slow presentations crucial. They'll feed, but it will be in short, strategic windows. So, my friends, my overall assessment for fishing in the northern USA on December 7th, 2025 is an average bite. The action will start tapering off as the moon's influence fades and the prolonged cold weather takes its toll. You'll still catch fish, but you'll have to work a little harder for them, focusing on the warmest parts of the day and specific deep water structures. So there you have it, my friends. Bundle up, stay safe, and remember that even an average bite day can turn into an epic one with the right approach and a little bit of patience. I wish you all nothing but tight lines and screaming drags this weekend. May your coolers be full and your memories be even fuller. If you found this forecast helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more fishing tips and forecasts, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And tell me in the comments below, what are your plans for fishing this December and what's your go-to cold water bait? Until next time, stay safe out there and as always, tight lines.